Hi friends! Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Magic. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at March 2022 predictions. And so I just wanted to quickly say, even though this video has like a time frame because it's for March 2022, I set the intention that the messages in this video would reach everyone who needs to hear it. So if you're clicking on this video after March 2022, but you're still really drawn to one of the piles, the messages are still meant for you, but just keep in mind if I mention any kind of time frames, just to take those with a grain of salt and to use your discernment. So I have a bunch of oracle cards prepared. These are going to represent the overall main energy for the month of March 2022. And then we're going to look into specific life areas, so love and relationships, finances and career, and personal and spiritual development, and then close the reading off with some advice and guidance. So I have 4 piles prepared for you today. In pile 1, we have the Fluorite crystal. Looks like that. In pile number 2, we have the aquamarine. In pile number 3, we have the black moonstone. And in pile number 4, we have the red jasper. I call this my little kidney bean. The way that it's shaped. I love it. Okay, so feel free to pause the video if you need some more time figuring out which pile you're the most drawn to. And then once you've selected your pile, you can scroll down to the description box or the pinned comment and fast forward to your reading. A couple of quick disclaimers before we start. Tarot is a tool that reads the current energy, and energy is always changing. So if you hear something you don't like, just know that you have free will and you have the power to change things. And also keep in mind this is a general reading, so take the messages that resonate and leave the rest behind. Don't try to force all of the messages to fit for you in your life. There could just be messages here that are meant for other people watching that just aren't meant for you. So always use your discernment. With all that being said, let's go ahead and start with pile 1. Hey there, pile 1. If you chose the Fluorite, this is going to be your reading all about what to expect in March 2022. So we have a super thick and juicy stack of cards for you today, but we are going to start off with the oracle cards, and we're going to see what the overall energy for the month of March 2022 is for you. So we have the third eye chakra, number 6. The frequency of the third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition and inner knowing, our imagination, and our psychic powers. We have, we have mysticism, again with the third eye chakra. Wow. We have the moth with the air element. Embracing. And we have to the sea, number 7. So you guys are definitely my spiritual pile. I feel like in most of my readings, there's always one group that's like particularly spiritual or psychic, and you're definitely the one this time. So March 2022 definitely looks like you're going to be really embracing your spiritual gifts. Maybe you're clairvoyant. I wouldn't be surprised, especially with the third eye chakra here. You're really learning to utilize and rely on your intuition when making decisions. Yeah, it looks like in March, you're really going to be learning how to go with the flow with to the sea here. And also, I just want to point out, so the number 7 is also a very spiritual number and also a very magical number. Like, you know, there's 7 days of the week, there's 7 chakras or 7 main chakras. 7 deadly sins. Like the number 7, if you look even in different religions, has a very, very strong influence. So I think you're really going to be embracing this side of yourself if you haven't already. And if you are more spiritual or more in touch with your gifts and things like that, I think you're really going to be embracing them, honing in on them, and working on your craft and learning to use your intuition and your inner knowing as a guide when things are feeling a bit confusing. Because with embracing here, this is the floodplains. I don't know if you'll be able to see. I'll hold it up for you. But this card talks about how areas next to riverbanks, for example, that are typically very dry, when the riverbanks flood, it's actually a good thing because it deposits a lot of like minerals and nutrients and stuff like that, and it allows the area to thrive once again. But before that happens, before that water kind of drains out and leaves the nutrients behind, it has this like very murky, muddy waters where things are feeling a bit unclear. So if you've been feeling confused about something, or if you don't know how something is going to pan out, or there's like some kind of decision that you need to make in March where you're not really sure which way to go, your guides definitely want you to tap into your intuition, because you know what the answers are, even if you don't feel like you do, even if you feel confused or you don't really know what's going on. To just come back to self, tap into your intuition, and to go with the flow. You know, we can't control everything, and even though surrendering can be really difficult, it's inevitable sometimes. With the moth here, have you been like pivoting back and forth between different like not decisions, different options, or like, because the moth kind of talks about like fluttering from place to place, you know, it's very attracted to the light, but it's also kind of like it's not very grounded. So have you been kind of going back and forth between these different options of like, oh, I want to do this, but I also kind of want to do this, and like, oh, maybe I'll do that, and you're kind of scattering your energy a bit? And if that's the case, I feel like it's really draining your energy. Like you must be feeling really tired about it. And so if you're in a situation that sounds something like that, really tap into your intuition, and the answers will come. You will know which option is the best to go with, because it's the one that's going to feel the easiest, the most natural, right? You're going to really feel in flow. And it's not to say that there's not going to be any obstacles or anything like that, but even when obstacles do come up, there's still just going to be this like natural, you know, flow to it. Like, oh, okay, this thing happened, like, boom, I already found a solution to that. We can move around it this way. That kind of thing. And something else that I'm getting with the moth is, like, if you have been kind of like pivoting or starting and stopping a lot of different things, like different projects, maybe creative projects that you have in mind, or business ideas, something like that, there is no right or wrong path. Like, you're not going to be rewarded for one and punished for another. There's just actions and consequences, and whatever you decide, the universe is going to collaborate and work with you to make that happen. And no matter which path you take, there's going to be blessings, and there's also going to be obstacles. There's no single path that is the easiest, where, you know, there's like no roadblocks and everything just happens perfectly. There's going to be challenges no matter what. So if you're looking for like the easy solution is still going to have its difficulties. And to not let that be the deciding factor of what you go after. Really tap into your intuition and pay attention to where you feel called to follow. So definitely work on your third eye chakra during the month of March. You could use crystals, like, for example, the fluorite is connected to the third eye, as well as like the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the crown chakra, or maybe amethyst. You might be drawn to wearing the color purple or eating like purple indigo foods, you know, like blueberries or like purple cabbage, things like that. You can even listen to like singing bowls that are tuned to the third eye chakra. And this can really help to balance this chakra out and allow you to see things a bit more clearly. Because I feel like with the moth here, like you're really in your head about it. And I think you're overthinking things. So the advice is to kind of ground yourself, pull yourself back, and tap into your intuition and see where your heart is leading you, rather than what seems the most logical. Okay, I'm going to push these up a bit and make some space, and we're going to start getting into the tarot. So, first we're going to be taking a look at love and relationships in the month of March. So I have 2 cards pulled. We have the Magician. Yeah. And we also have the King of Pentacles. Wow. Yeah, you guys are really powerful manifestors. You might not know that, or you might not realize it, but I feel like you typically get what you want. And that might make people a little, I mean, maybe jealous, but they're just kind of like, wow, how do you always get what you want? But I mean, this looks great in terms of love and relationships. Like, you're really manifesting really strong stability, a lot of abundance in your love and relationships, whether this is like a romantic partner or like finding a solid friend group, things like that. You could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn with the King of Pentacles here. You don't have to be. Or this person that you're manifesting or bringing into your life could be an earth sign. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use another deck, and we're going to clarify for if you're single and if you're in a relationship, and get some extra details. So Spirit, please, for pile 1, viewers who are single, please, can you please clarify what is happening in love and relationships in the month of March 2022, please? For the single people watching pile 1, can you please clarify what is happening in love and relationships in the month of March 2022, please? Okay, we got 1 card. Let's see. Ooh, wow, so we have the King of Cups. Okay. Can we get 1 more card, please? Okay, thank you. And we have the 4 of Cups. Okay, interesting. And on the back of the deck is the 8 of Wands. So, okay, if you're single, I think that you've been waiting for this for a while, or you've had like a lot of suitors, like people who are interested in you, people who are like asking you out, or like, you know, want to spend time with you, want to get to know you, but I feel like you've been unsatisfied and you're just kind of like, not really interested, or like, you don't really have my vibe, you're not really what I'm looking for. But I think something is really coming in, because we have the 8 of Wands here, and this is like very quick movement. It's basically just kind of like the universe just, you know, putting something on your lap. Something just falls naturally onto your lap, because it can also talk about good news, and it can also talk about traveling. So if you're traveling anywhere in March, even if it's not somewhere far, even if you're just going somewhere new, you might meet someone. So we have the King of Cups, and like with the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles, like this is a really reliable person. This is someone who's emotionally mature, financially stable. They're like very well composed, and I think they're going to be looking for something serious. Like if this was a page or a knight, for example, I would be like, like that's more of kind of it's a really fun energy, but it might not be as serious. So if you're single and you're looking for something serious, be open. Be open. That's all I'm going to say. I think the universe is going to be sending someone to cross paths with you, or someone that you'll meet who, like I said, is really like charismatic. They could have their own business, like run a really successful business. I also just heard it could be something to do with animals, like maybe a vet or something like that. That doesn't have to be the case for everyone. Maybe that's just only for like one person. But it's definitely something that you've been manifesting, something that you've been wanting to attract. So stay open, because this person might not, like on first glance or your first impression, might not seem like what you want, but there's really a lot of potential for like longevity in this with both of these kings here. Okay, Spirit, so for pile 1 viewers who are in a relationship, can you please clarify what is happening in love and relationships in March 2022, please? For those in pile 1 who are in a relationship, can you please clarify what is happening in love and relationships, please, in March? Okay. So, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, I love this. Okay. Let's get one more card, please. For people in pile 1 who are in a relationship, can you please clarify what's happening in love and relationships in March, please? One more card. Thank you. And we have the High Priestess. Okay, interesting. And on the back of the deck, we have the 10 of Swords. And we have Strength underneath that. Okay. Okay, so what I'm getting from this, for those of you who are in a relationship, if you've been having a rough time with your partner, or like, you know, things have been in kind of a lull, or even having arguments, or just like disagreements, or just kind of feeling like there's a lot of tension, I feel like a difficult cycle is ending now, and there's going to be this kind of like renewed energy with the 10 of Pentacles here. And I feel like you're not going to see it coming with the High Priestess, because it talks about, you know, like hidden wisdom, secrets, mystery, things like that. So if you've been kind of like losing hope in the situation, like you're wanting it to be resolved, but you're not necessarily seeing like how that can be, I think this is going to be one of the blessings from the universe, that your guides are really going to help you to overcome these problems. And, you know, like the reason why you went through these struggles or these challenges is because it's actually going to make your connection a lot stronger, a lot more stable. I want to pull quickly one clarifying card for the High Priestess. No, that's too many. Spirit, please, can you clarify the High Priestess? Thank you so much. Yeah, justice. Things are gonna work out. Things are gonna work out fine. If you've been oh my god, we have the King of Pentacles on the back. That's kind of hilarious. So really, it's like extra confirmation that whatever relationship you're in, the connection you have with this person, like it's really solid, and things are going to work out just fine. They're going to work out in everyone's best interest, and you're going to get over whatever this challenge or this difficult cycle was, and you two are going to be a lot stronger and a lot wiser for it. So I love that for you. I'm going to put this off to the side now, and let me rearrange these a little bit so that we can fit all the cards on here. Okay, so let's take a look at career and finances now for March. So originally I was only going to take 2 cards, but when I was pulling your cards, since you're the first pile, literally the back of the deck, that bottom card, like flipped out and legit did somersaults and landed upright. So I took that as a very, very clear sign that Spirit wanted me to also take the back of the deck energy for this specific life area. So that's what we're doing. Let's take a look and see what's going on. So we have the Moon. We have, wow, we have the Magician again. You guys. Okay, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, you're such powerful manifestors. Like, wow, to have the Magician twice from 2 different decks and 2 different life areas, that's that's crazy. A message that's coming through is, because you're such a powerful manifester, be wary of like your mindset. Like, it's not that every thought that you have is going to manifest and like just appear immediately in front of you. But if you're like really worrying or ruminating on something, and like you kind of get sucked into that energy of like letting it stress you out or bring your energy down, things like that, just be careful, because you're really such powerful manifestors, and you could end up like manifesting situations that aren't ideal. And this isn't meant to scare you or anything. It's just like you have such powerful energy, and you could really be using it to really manifest like abundance and love and outcomes that you see favorable. So I know it can be hard, but try your best to like stay positive about things. And I don't mean like, you know, when things are going shit and it's just like, just be positive. Like, no. Feel your feelings. Like, it's okay if situations are like hard to work through and stuff like that. But after you've worked through those, really just surrender it and let it go, so that you can move forward with a more positive mindset, and you can get back to manifesting what it is that you actually want, instead of fearing what you don't want to happen. And that goes for like your relationships, as well as your career, your finances, and pretty much like anything else that you can think of, like personal goals, creative projects, whatever the case. Okay, but so for career and finances, in the month of March, so you might be a Pisces with the Moon here, and also we have Libra with Justice. But so what I'm getting from this is that I think you're gonna get a surprise in March when it comes to finances and career. Because similar to the High Priestess, the moon talks about things being hidden, things being a bit unclear, kind of like with this Embracing card, right? And we also have the Magician. So I feel like you're really gonna be, it's something that you've been trying to manifest for a while that you're not expecting to actually materialize in March is going to materialize. So if this is like you've been really wanting to get a promotion at work, or like you've applied to your dream job and you're kind of like waiting to hear back on your application, or like want to start making more money, and so you've kind of like raised your not the standard, but that's the only word I can think of, like your standard of income. So like, for example, if you're making $2,000 a month and you're like, I want to start making more money, so going forward I want to start making $3,000 per month, I feel like that's going to manifest for you, because we have the Nine of Pentacles here as your back of the deck energy, which I will say again, like this literally flew out and did freaking somersaults and landed upright. So like Spirit really, really wanted you to see this card, and the Nine of Pentacles is all about luxury. It's all about celebrating and being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Like all the hard work that you've been putting in can now be enjoyed. It talks about luxury and opulence and like treating yourself, you know what I mean? So whatever you've been doing, keep doing it, because you're going to see some results in March. Also, what I'm getting with this, with the Moon and the Magician and the Nine of Pentacles, is like you could also be receiving opportunities or income from unexpected places. So like you could be receiving like checks in the mail that you wouldn't normally be getting, or, you know, like maybe another company, like your dream company or something like that, is reaching out to you, like offering you a position, something along those lines. So don't give up. That's something else that I'm getting, because again, with the Moon, this is like a very intuitive, spiritual card, right? Don't let yourself get lost in the idea of like, oh, things aren't happening, like I can't see like where things are going, I don't know how this is gonna happen. Don't worry, the universe is taking care of you. Have faith and have trust that everything is working out in your best interest, because it is, okay? And allow yourself to receive. With the Moon and all of this like intuitive energy, this is very strong divine feminine energy. And it doesn't matter if you identify as male or female. This is just energy we're talking about. And divine feminine energy is all about receiving. So kind of like what we were talking about, if you're a single in love and relationships, be open to it, okay? Because like I mentioned at the beginning, like we can't control everything. And the universe has the highest perspective and knows what's best for us better than we know what's best for us. So if you have like a certain idea of, you know, like how you're gonna make this extra money or getting this promotion, like maybe you won't get that promotion, but maybe you'll get a different promotion, or like be moved to a different department, which ends up being like the best thing ever, and you end up enjoying it so much more. Or if you don't get a promotion, but then you end up like applying for this other job, or another company reaches out to you and it's for a much higher salary or something like that. So just be open to the opportunities that are coming in, and also know that whatever it is that you want to manifest, like you can get it. It's just the package in which it is delivered to you might not be what you expect. Also, I love how, so in this deck, the pentacles are represented by these moths, and I love that you have the moth card as well. But it's like in both love and relationships, it's you have all the tools and resources, all the wisdom and knowledge that you need to make things happen for yourself. Also, so we have 18 with the moon, which reduces to a 9. So we have 2 9s and we have a 1. And 9s are all about completion, endings, and 1's all about new beginnings. So again, like in terms of your career and finances, like you could be getting over a difficult situation, like if you've been struggling with like a lack mentality or worrying about finances, worrying about your career, how things are going to happen, how am I going to be able to afford, you know, paying rent, paying for this, paying my bills. It's like you're also entering this new cycle where you're feeling more confident, like more confident in your ability to make things work, in your skills, in your talent. I'm almost getting it's like your solar plexus is just like being rebooted, or if you had a blockage in your solar plexus, that this is clearing up now and you're feeling more empowered and more confident to make decisions and like make things work for you, because the Magician is a very action oriented card. And so actually then there's a nice balance here between feminine energy and masculine energy, and it's with this balance that really allows you to manifest much more quickly, right? Because you're not afraid to do what you have to do. You're not afraid to take whatever action is needed. You're willing to put the work in. You're willing to get things done, but also make sure you're open to receiving. That's the other half of this equation, right? You have to be open to receiving the blessings that are the natural result of this hard work that you're putting in. Because the universe really wants to bless you. So just be sure that you're staying open to it, okay? So I'm going to move these over a little bit. And now let's take a look at your personal and spiritual development for March. Again, I was only going to take 2 cards, but Spirit really wanted me to take 3. So 3 we have. We have the Star. Look at all these major arcanas you have. We have the 2 of Wands. And we have the Hermit. Okay. So you could also be an Aquarius or a Virgo. You don't have to. Yeah, okay. So that's like what I was just saying with the Star here. In March, you're really learning to have hope and faith and trust in the situation. There's really a sense of like healing and rejuvenation happening. So maybe February was a bit rough for you, or like you're finishing off some tough cycles, because we do have another 9 here with the Hermit. So if that's the case, like it looks like in March, you're going to be feeling like you're more refreshed, maybe having more energy, but definitely feeling inspired to, you know, work on your goals, know that you can achieve whatever it is that you set your mind to. I'm really getting this like, you know, that feeling after a long, cold, dark, miserable winter, and like the snow has finally melted and the weather's starting to warm up a bit, and you like walk outside and you can hear all the birds chirping and it just like smells like spring again. It's like that's the feeling that I get with the Star card. Like I feel like you're just gonna feel a lot more refreshed and just like ready to take things on again. Like whatever plans you've been making, whatever decisions maybe you've been putting off because you've been feeling unsure, I think you're going to have more confidence, or like a new perspective on how to move forward. Because like I mentioned with the Star, how it's ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius is really unconventional, really innovative. So you might be having some breakthrough ideas about what direction you want to go in or what decision you have to make. But it's like the world is your oyster. You can have it all. okay? Like, you have the Magician twice. I can't get over that. Like, you can really have it all. You just have to believe that you can have it all. And like I was mentioning in the beginning with the third eye, you're really gonna be, or you'll really find it helpful to spend time alone, like in isolation. And I don't mean in the sense of like, you're isolated from everyone, like you don't talk to people, you're hiding in your cave at home, like not in that sense, but spending time on your own or blocking off chunks of time either in your day or weekly to really just spend time with yourself. Oh, I just saw a hawk flying, so I'll take that as confirmation. Spending time with yourself is really gonna give you the clarity that you need in order to move forward and make decisions with confidence. You're definitely going on this inward journey, on this soul journey, and you're really gonna start to understand more about yourself, like understand where your heart is calling you, understand what you stand for, what you want to create for yourself, who you want to be. It's really beautiful. This is a really powerful time for you. And I'm really just being urged by your guides to like encourage you to spend some time in solitude. So this could be meditating, you know, taking a bath, just spending some time disconnecting from technology and being with yourself. So like being out in nature, you know, coloring or painting or just doing something where you can get into the flow. Yeah, exactly. And you're gonna find so much clarity and so many answers, and you're gonna realize a lot of things. The fog is gonna be clearing. And you're also gonna learn that even if the fog doesn't lift yet, that you're still gonna be okay, because your inner light and your inner compass is gonna guide you to where you need to be, even if you can't see the whole path ahead. Also, the elephant imagery in the Hermit here is making me think of Ganesha. So I don't know if you work with him, but he is like a deity of removing obstacles. So if you feel called to, like, you can ask him for help, or maybe he's already working with you and you just don't know it. But yeah, like, he's the god of removing obstacles and of abundance. And that's definitely in line with what we've been talking about for this reading. So now I have some tea leaf oracle cards, and these are going to be extra messages, things Spirit wants you to know about the month of March. So we have Cup. You should accept valid criticism. We have Firecracker. Excitement. Yeah. Purse. Pay attention to your finances. Handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Yeah. That's like what I was saying here. Okay. We have Mice. Discord among friends or family. And we have Tent. Temporary situation. Yeah. Okay. So any like complications or just like rough patches that you've been having in your relationships, it's definitely temporary. This is going to be worked through, and everyone's going to come out of this on top, right? We have to go through challenges sometimes to really build strength within our connections, and I think this is definitely the case for you. With the handshake here, so a meeting with a stranger could be important. So this could be this love situation that we were talking about earlier, but this could even be in terms of like your career. Like, you could be manifesting this like unseen meeting or crossing paths with someone, like a recruiter, or I don't know, like someone overhears your conversation at like your local cafe and is like, oh, actually, like, that's what I do for a living. Like, let me give you my business card. Something like that. So again, just stay open to people that you're meeting, to opportunities coming through. But of course, always use your own judgment and discernment. Doesn't mean that you have to follow through with everything. That's going to be your decision at the end of the day, but just be open to it in the first place. So with the cup here, you should accept valid criticism. Maybe this has something to do with this discord among friends or family. Doesn't have to be the case, but it's just something that's coming to mind. Or maybe like criticism about your finances. I'm not sure. Because a lot of the times, like, people have good intentions when they're giving advice, but it can really be unsolicited. And especially when it comes to finances and things like that, you know, always get a second opinion. Seek advice from a professional who really knows best. And that's definitely some advice that's coming through. But something really exciting is going to be happening for you in March. Like this meeting here, something exciting with your finances. I'm really, really excited for you guys. So let's take a look at what your advice is for the month of March. We have, yeah, prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. Yes, absolutely. And we have, look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Yeah. So maybe part of why, if you've been feeling confused, is, like, I know this happens to me as well, where I'll, like, without even realizing it, I'll really start getting tunnel vision on something, and I'll just, like, keep zooming in and in and in, and then you're looking at all of these, like, super, like, minute details that in the grand scheme of things don't really matter that much. But because they're on that kind of like microscopic level, they seem really big. So part of your advice is to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Have that higher perspective. Like, literally picture yourself, if you were a bird, looking down on the situation and being able to see, you know, being able to see the picture from a higher lens. I think it's going to help you to gain more clarity and to also feel a bit less stressed out. But with Sagittarius here, it's really making me think that, like, some exciting adventure is going to be coming in for you, like this renewed energy that we're talking about with the star here. I feel like things are getting mixed up, like shaken up for you in a good way. Like, if there's any kind of like stuck or stagnant energy, I just feel like things are going to be shaken up. Oh, and I mentioned travel earlier, and with Sagittarius here, like, yeah, you really could be traveling, maybe overseas, especially with this card here. But with prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus, like, yeah. Like, I think career and finances is going to be kind of a highlight for you in March. And especially with the purse here, pay attention to your finances. Your guides are really suggesting to sit down and work out some kind of financial plan for yourself. Maybe you need to rebudget things. Maybe you need to, I don't know, like, look at your spending and your saving. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, so like I said before, maybe that's something that you'll be inclined to do in March, is to, like, set up a meeting with your banker or with a financial advisor and really just get some advice, some pointers, so that you're setting yourself up for success in the future when it comes to your finances and abundance. This card is going to be a message from your guides about the month of March. So we have make a mission statement for your soul, number 58. Yeah, so like we were talking about with the Hermit, take some time to really tune into yourself and decide what it is that you want. Especially if you're, you know, like, very spiritual and things like that. Sometimes it can be a little bit stressful because it's like, oh, what's my purpose? Like, what am I here to do? There should be just like this one thing, like this calling that I have. And it could be really stressful. But your guides want you to know that it's up to you, and they want you to take control to feel empowered again. Again, like we were talking about the solar plexus earlier. And once you decide what it is that you want to do, the entire universe is going to collaborate and co-create with you to make that happen. Because there is this path that you're going on, and I don't know if you can see, but like the sun is rising behind this mountain, behind these big obstacles. And you're going to make it there. It's still going to be a climb. It's still going to be, you know, have its challenges and whatnot. But light and the success is on the other side of it. You just need to make the decision and then go for it. Also with the red here, I'm being called to tell you to really ground yourself in March, especially with the Taurus energy here as well. So this could be, again, spending time in nature, doing yoga, meditating, exercising, taking a bath, things like that. Yeah, like activities that you can do in solitude that are very grounding is really going to help you to find clarity, make you feel more calm and less like overthinking. So finally, the last two cards that we have are self-care ideas for you for the month of March. Different ways that you can really take care of yourself that are going to be beneficial for you. So we have make an altar, number 16. And we have sync with the moon, number 51. Yeah, definitely my spiritual pile. So if you don't have an altar, this is a suggestion from your guides to make one. And if you don't know what that, like how to do that, it's basically just creating like a dedicated sacred space where you can connect with your guides, where you can connect with your intuition, where you can connect with the universe. And, you know, you can talk to your guides or you can pray, put your intentions out there. And, you know, you might want to put crystals on there, candles on there, different pictures or images, like if you work with deities and things like that. Another suggestion is to incorporate things of all the different elements. So for example, like crystals can represent earth energy. A burning candle can represent fire energy. A feather can represent air energy, or having the window open while you're in there connecting to your space. On my altar, I have an abalone shell, and so for me that represents the water energy. Things like that. If you already have an altar, this could be a suggestion to either give it a nice clean, tidy it up, or maybe rearrange things a little bit just to freshen it up and like bring in some new energy. And then sync with the moon. If you don't already work with the moon cycle, your guides are really encouraging you to do so. So for example, on full moons, writing out your intentions of what it is that you want to release. And on new moons, writing down your intentions on what you want to bring in, what you want to manifest, things like that. So that's everything that I'm seeing for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed watching and you found it to be helpful in any way. And also be sure to hit the post notification bell so that you never miss out on when I upload a video. I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Hey there, Pile 2. If you chose the Amazonite crystal, this is going to be a reading all about what to expect in March 2022. I have a very thick pile of cards for you today. But first we're going to take a look at these oracle cards, and these are going to be the overall energy for the month of March for you. So we have change, number 12. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. We have confusion with the crown chakra. We have Fire Ant with the fire element. Blessings. And wow, we have Milk and Honey, number 51. Okay, pile 2. So clearly change is going to be a theme for you in March. And what I'm really getting is that maybe your perception on things has been a little bit distorted, or you've just been feeling confused about something, like a particular situation, a relationship, in terms of your job, things like that. Because with confusion here and all of this, like all of these clouds, all of this mist kind of wrapping around her, there's something that you're not seeing clearly, or you're not understanding, like, well, how is this gonna work out? How is this path gonna unfold? I don't really know what to do next. And with the Fire Ant, it's like you're really festering. Is that a word? I don't know if that's the right word, but like, it's like something's brewing. You're really like stewing on something, and I think it's making you a little bit heated, like you're getting really frustrated. You're really confused, like you don't know what to do, you're stressed out, maybe you're anxious about something, and it's like, it's really firing you up. But the amazing thing about all of this is that even if you can't see it coming, or if you know that a change is being made, but you're a bit afraid of what's gonna happen after that, we have Blessings and Milk and Honey. So like whatever this change is such a positive change, and there's gonna be so much beautiful energy, so much abundance, so much happiness. Like it's literally sunshine and rainbows here. It's just gonna be so sweet. And I kind of get the feeling that once it happens and you see how how well things worked out, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, like maybe I didn't have to worry so much, or like maybe I was feeling a little bit dramatic. And that's okay, because change can be scary. Being confused is definitely not a fun situation. Yeah, it's like it's a blessing in disguise almost. But you're really gonna be expanding with the number 12 here, that reduces to a 3. And 3 is the number of Jupiter, it's the number of the Empress, and this is really expansive, abundant, fortunate energy, like good fortune. And so you're really gonna be growing, you're gonna be leveling up with whatever this change is. So I wanna get into the tarot cards straight away, because I really wanna see what this change and what all these blessings are about. So I'm gonna move these up a little bit. Let's make sure we have enough room. Okay, so first we're going to take a look at love and relationships for March. Okay, so we have the Tower. And we also have the 10 of Wands. Wow, yeah. Okay. Again, the Tower talks about change. It's very sudden change. Like in the imagery, you know, you have like a flash of lightning, which kind of strikes this tower and breaks down what isn't working anymore. So I feel like it's going to be a sudden change, and it's really signifying the end of a really difficult cycle here with the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands talks about feeling really burdened, having a lot of responsibilities, feeling like you're doing everything on your own, like you have the whole world on your shoulders, and that it's your job to do it all by yourself. So I'm gonna take this other tarot deck, and we're gonna get some clarity for if you're single and if you're in a relationship. So Spirit, for those in pile 2 who are single, can you please clarify what is happening in love and relationships in the month of March, please? Let's get 2 cards, please. What is happening for, oh, okay. So we have the 7 of Swords. Can I get one more card, please, Spirit? What is happening in love and relationships for the single people watching pile 2, please. What is happening in love? Oop, okay. So we also have, yeah, the 4 of Swords. Okay, and on the back of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so if you're single, kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this is if you've been in like a situationship, if you've been dealing with someone who has very like wish-washy type of energy, like honestly the phrase that's coming to mind is that you're done dealing with fuckboys. And so like whether you identify as a male or female, whatever the case, that's just a phrase that's coming to mind. Because the 7 of Swords talks about deception, it can talk about betrayal, like, you know, tiptoeing around things. You see this guy, he's like stolen all of these swords, and it's like he's heading in one direction, but he's looking in another direction. So kind of this like, you know, on-off type of energy. And with the 4 of Swords, I'm literally getting like, you're putting all of this to rest. Like, I feel like you've reached your limit and you're just like, you're done. You've learned your lesson this time, for real, for real. Because I feel like this is kind of like maybe a cycle that you've been stuck in, where you've been just dealing with these people who can't really commit to you if you're looking for something serious. Or dealing with people who don't treat you the best, who aren't the most authentic, and you're just like, peace out, like I'm done, like I'm putting this to bed now. Pun not intended. But the 4 of Swords also talks about healing, it talks about rest, rejuvenation. And so this is going to be a really healing experience for you. You're definitely leveling up and you're gaining a lot of awareness and wisdom, like with the crown chakra here. I think you're really seeing things from a higher perspective and maybe realizing why you've been like kind of stuck in this cycle of attracting the same kind of person. And so I feel like in March, things are going to be a little bit more solitary for you. You're going to spend your time recuperating, putting your energy into yourself, focusing on yourself, and really figuring out like what it is and what you're looking for in a person. Your guides are coming through to say like to literally sit down and write a list of like everything that you are looking for in a person, and to also write down things that you love about yourself, because then that'll help you to attract a person who has those same qualities in them, right? But yeah, so we have a 7 here, and then 16 for the Tower reduces to 7 again. And I had mentioned this in pile 1 because it came up. But so the number 7 is a really mystical, magical, powerful number. So you're really going to be gaining a higher perspective on things. And I think this is going to be the end of this cycle for you. But you know, like you have free will, you can do whatever you want. Like if this is about like an ex coming back, or like, you know, that 2 a.m. booty call that only calls you at that time and like doesn't ever want to just like hang out with you during the day and stuff like that. Like you can do what you want. Nobody's judging here, but just have a think about what it is that you want and what it is that you deserve to, okay? So, Spirit, can we now please get some clarity for pile 2 viewers who are in a relationship, please? Can you please clarify what is going on in love and relationships in the month of March for pile 2 viewers who are in a relationship, please? Can you please clarify what is happening in love and relationships for pile 2 viewers who are in a relationship, please, in the month of March? Okay, so we have the 8 of Pentacles. Can I get one more card, please? What's going on in love and relationships in March for Pile 2 viewers who are in a relationship currently? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm not going to take these because I really only want one card. Something else that I'm getting from the Seven of Swords and Four of Swords very quickly. This could also be about a friendship, right? Because it's not just romantic love that we're looking at. So if your friend's been acting shady or your friend, like, I almost maybe get, okay, what I'm getting in general, regardless of what kind of relationship this is here, I feel like somebody's true colors are going to be shown to you. And it's like the rose-tinted glasses are going to be coming off and you're really going to be seeing things for what they are. And I think you're going to choose to walk away and focus on yourself, protect yourself, and make your inner peace a priority. And I think this has been a very difficult cycle that you've been in, but you're going to be gaining a lot of clarity on why you've been stuck in this cycle and how you can like truly move past it and move forward. And as a result, you're going to be really seeing how worthy you are of having genuine loving relationships and connections in your life. And you're also going to be feeling a lot more confident too. That's something else that's coming through. But okay, so Spirit, please, can I get one more card? Can you please clarify what is happening in love and relationships for Pile 2 viewers who are currently in a relationship, please? One more card to clarify what is going on. The Hermit? Okay. So we also have the Hermit. And on the back of the deck, we have the Three of Wands. Okay. So if you're in a relationship in March, you're going to be working really hard on yourself. You're going to be really focusing on yourself. And I think it's possible that your partner will be doing the same, because it just seems like overall there's a collective energy here of ending a really difficult cycle and taking the time after that to go inward, focus on healing, focus on, you know, identifying what did you learn from this? Like, why did it happen? Are there things that I need to work on myself in order to make this relationship better, to improve myself? You're gonna be asking questions like that, just like, overall, how can I make myself better so that I can show up better in my relationships? And you're really gonna be, like looking to the future here with the Three of Wands. Like, after the cycle ends, it's like you're so much more aware, and you're like, you have a very keen sense of perception. And maybe in the past, maybe you would have gone through a challenging time and then like, okay, we argued about something and then we made up and then we, you know, carried forward, but didn't necessarily reflect and do the inner work and heal what needed to be healed so that we could close out that cycle and that kind of situation wouldn't come up again. But that's what you're doing now. It's like, what can I work on myself? What can I heal? What can I fix now so that going forward, this doesn't happen again? This is like very, very mature energy. I really love this for you. Yeah, and we have the Page of Wands underneath. So it's like, even though like this is, you know, like a very serious energy of doing that inner reflection, doing that shadow work, ascending to that new level, having that awareness and that wisdom, it's also going to bring a sense of adventure and excitement again to your relationship. So if this is something that's been like stressing you out, confusing you, you're like, I don't know, we've been arguing a lot, like, is this going to be the end of our relationship? Like, I don't really know what's going on, what's going to happen. Like, that's really stressful. It's like, I feel like it's giving you energy to this connection by being able to work on it. Some advice that's coming through is to also collaborate with your partner. Because the Three of Wands, this also make me think of the Three of Pentacles, which talks about collaboration and teamwork. So it would be really great if like both you and your partner worked on things independently, but then also, you know, communicate things to each other. Like, yeah, I recognize that like this is a trigger for me, or I recognize that like this is something that I need to heal, and I'm going to work on that so that going forward this doesn't cause more issues between us, and things like that. Making it more you and your person versus the problem, rather than you versus your person, right? Like, it's more of a like a teamwork type situation. I hope that makes sense. So I'm gonna put this off to the side now, and I'm just gonna rearrange these a bit so we have more room. I will also say, like, this could indicate a breakup as well. It doesn't have to be. I guess it really depends on your situation. Like, if one person is working on themselves and the other person just isn't putting in that work, you know, do what's in your best interest, know what you deserve. But either way, by working on yourself and going inward and reflecting, contemplating, asking yourself these difficult but important questions is always going to be beneficial for you. So if it ends up being that the relationship doesn't work out, like, you know, think about why it didn't work out and how going forward you'll be able to avoid being in that kind of cycle or that situation again. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at your career and finances. So we have the Six of Pentacles. We have the World. Wow, I love this. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Wow. So you're finally getting what you deserve here. And I love this so much for you. You've been putting in a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of energy. And in March, you're going to see results start to materialize here. Again, the World talks about completing a really big cycle. So if you've been struggling with your career, struggling with your finances, like you've been putting in all this time and energy into something, but you haven't started seeing the results yet, you're going to be moving into a cycle where you're realizing that you don't have to work so hard. And that's not saying that you don't need to put in effort, but it's like putting in half the effort but getting double the results, if that makes sense. It's like that kind of vibe. I feel like this has more to do with like a mentality, like a lack mentality, a scarcity mentality, things like that. But it's like you're finally being rewarded for all the hard work that you've been putting in. This could even be receiving like financial assistance or something like that. But the Queen of Pentacles is really stable and abundant and fertile. So if you're like starting your own business, like you're an entrepreneur, or you work from home, or you have a home business, family business, and things have been hard lately, or like you've just started or started recently, you're trying to get things off the ground, and you're not seeing things progress the way that you would like them to, there's going to be blessings coming in, financial blessings coming in for you in March. Also, you could be graduating. That just came through with the World. Like law school is something that I heard, or if you took a course or something like that. But so the World talks about completion, transitioning from one phase into the next phase. So this could even be like taking your business to the next level, taking your career to the next level, being promoted, you know, like leveling up in some way. And balance is being restored with the Six of Pentacles, because I was also noticing with 51 here, this reduces to a 6, and 6s are all about balance and harmony, you know, unconditional love as well. So I think whatever you're doing, whatever you're working on here, it's something that you truly enjoy. It brings you so much happiness and you're really passionate about it. And the scales are going to be balancing out in March. So if you're needing a break, maybe you need to take a vacation or something, I think you're going to be able to do that in March. Especially like I was saying, like if you're working really, really hard but not really seeing a lot of effort and you've been like really stressed out and like worried, overwhelmed and things like that, the scales are going to be balancing. And I think one of the blessings that the universe is going to be giving you is some much needed downtime, relaxation. So maybe you'll be taking like a little trip, even if it's just like, you know, a weekend thing, just getting that time to unwind and like relax and ground yourself, and then coming back and kind of having like a fresh mind to get back into things and continue working and receive these blessings. Because sometimes blessings want to come in, but we're not open to receiving it because it's like we're always on the go, we're always doing something, right? If you're always go, go, go and thinking about what needs to be done and you don't have a lot of energy because you've been working so much, well, how can you receive, right? It's like I'm getting this visual of a person who's just like holding on to a lot of different things, like books and stacks of paper and like water bottles and, you know, just like, I don't know, all this different stuff has got him all like in his arms like this. And it's like the universe wants to give you these blessings, but it can't give it to you because your arms are so full. Like, how are you going to take it? You have no room to hold on to it, right? So your guides and the universe just want you to know that all is going to be well with your career, with your finances. Some blessings want to come in. The situation is going to balance itself out, and whatever this change is, that it's going to be some kind of blessing in disguise, even if it doesn't look that way first. I'm even getting like global recognition for something, or even if it's not global, but like nationwide, or just some kind of like a large scale. Like if you have an online business, if you have a YouTube channel, like an Instagram following, a TikTok following. I don't know if I already said online store, but I feel like people are going to be finding you. People are going to be seeing you, recognizing you. Yeah, like having more eyes on you too. Interesting. That's really cool. Okay. Also quickly with the Queen of Pentacles, some advice that's coming through is to really like nurture whatever this is. Like whatever, if you're working on a project that's, you know, like important or special to you, continue to nurture it. The Queen of Pentacles is a really like nurturing, hospitable, you know, like that, like a mom energy, working from home mom energy that like cooks and cleans and has a nice house but runs this business and is still really successful and like always makes people feel at home. Like, and even here with the world, having all of these, I don't know, it's like rings of protection almost, you know? It's like really nurture this. Continue to nurture it, you know, water it, grow it, put your positive energy into it, and you're gonna get back what you give. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna take a look at personal and spiritual development. So we have strength. We have the High Priestess. And we have, wow, the Moon. Look at all these major arcana. So the High Priestess and the Moon also came out in pile 1 as well. I don't know if you were drawn to pile 1. So you're definitely tuning into your divine feminine energy. And it doesn't matter what gender you identify as. This is just energy that we're talking about. But like all 3 of these cards and the Queen of Pentacles and the World, like this is all very, very feminine energy. So you're really going to be tuning into your intuition, tuning into your inner guide, and reflecting and really following your heart and trusting that where your heart is leading you is the right way to go. But you're definitely a warrior. Like, the strength card is so badass. like yes, you're kind, yes, you're compassionate, yes, you can be soft and vulnerable, but you also have a really fierce side. You're willing to fight for what you want, to stand your ground as well, even in the midst of the unknown and when things are confusing. Because both the High Priestess and the Moon talk about the unknown, things that are hidden, things that are secret, mysteries, the subconscious mind. So you're realizing how strong you are to not only face the unknown, face this confusion, but to work your way through it as well. The phrase that's coming to mind is feel the fear, but do it anyways. Like, it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to, be worried or to be confused. Like, we can't know the answer to everything, but that doesn't mean that you have to let it stop you either, right? So you could have strong Leo placements. You don't have to, but other signs that I'm seeing are Pisces. The Queen of Pentacles is earth energy, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then the World card typically features the 4 fixed signs, which would be Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. So again, you might have those signs, you don't have to, but that's just, I just like to throw it out there for people who like to use that as confirmation. But you're definitely honing in on your divine feminine energy, which again is all about receiving. So be open to receiving from the universe, because there's a lot of blessings. There's a lot of good things that want to come in. So just make sure that you're open to it. And take the time to retreat and really recuperate your energy so that you can be in the state of mind and you can be in the vibration of being able to receive so that you're not missing out. And there's also a butterfly on the Moon card. Again, another symbol of change. So you're definitely ascending. If you're drawn to pile 1, 2, I would go and check that one out when you're done watching this, because I'm seeing a lot of similar messages, similar themes. Okay, now we're going to look at some tea leaf oracle cards, and these are going to be extra messages and things that you need to know about the month of March. So we have Quill, get back to basics. We have Boot, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. We have Gong, an exciting event. Okay, we also have the month of October. Claw, be careful, do not take risks. And we have Vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Okay, so with the Vulture, I wouldn't stress out about this too much, because it says worrying that someone is against you. That doesn't necessarily mean someone is against you, right? This comes down to perception. And what I'm really getting is to reclaim your power, take back your energy, and redirect it into the things that you want to see grow, right? Because when we worry about things, when we stress about something, we're supplying that with energy. When we give our energy to something, it grows, right? So redirect your energy and bring your attention back to the things that you actually want, right? So if you want to see your business grow, if you want to see your relationships thrive, if you want to see, whatever your goals are, focus on that, right? Focus on your efforts so that you can achieve these big goals that you have. Get back to the basics. Your guides are saying that it's not a time to take really big risks, but to get back to the basics of things. So like, have you lost sight of why you started something? If so, get back to the basics. Like, why did you start this in the first place? Right? Reconnect to your passions. Reconnect to the underlying thing that you're trying to achieve, whether that's like peace, stability, happiness. You'll know what this is, but something exciting is going to be happening. I see this more in terms of something exciting in your career and finances, but it doesn't have to be limited to that. I just say that because we have the boot here. But again, like, achieving your goals, it could be any kind of goal, even if this is like a relationship or something. But the month of October could be significant. So if you started something in October 2021, maybe in March, you'll start to see some results or blessings. Or this could be, if you're starting something in March, you might be seeing something exciting happening in October. Or you could be meeting a person who's born in October. So this could be a Virgo or a Libra, for example. Whether this is like a person, a friend, some kind of like business opportunity or something. So now let's take a look at what the advice is for you for the month of March. So we have hold your vision, fixed moon. Yeah, exactly. I mentioned the fixed signs with the world. And we also have luck is on your side, new moon is Sagittarius. Yes, exactly. I love this. So like I was saying about redirecting your energy into what you want to see grow, your guides really want to reassure you that luck is on your side and there's a lot of abundance and good fortune that's coming for you on this other side of change. Something else that I'm getting actually with career and finances, you could be realizing that maybe the job you're in or the career that you're in either isn't something that you want to do, or you're realizing that you're not getting what you deserve, and ending this major cycle and making that change to maybe either pursue a job at like a different company that'll treat you better, that'll compensate you better, or starting your own business and doing things yourself, like working on that passion or that project that you've always wanted to do but never got around to doing it. Whatever it is, hold your vision. Don't give up yet. Just because if you haven't been seeing results, or if you're facing obstacles, if things are confusing, hold your vision, because things are going to work out in a magical way. For some of you though, I'm getting a message of maybe you've been being stubborn about something. Like again, it could be about this relationship situation or this work situation where, like, if you're ignoring things, if you're tiptoeing around something because you just don't want to accept it, a message is coming through that it's time to make a change, and that even if that's scary, that there's a really exciting new beginning and adventure that's waiting for you. And if you haven't been getting what you deserve, once you make this change, like, these blessings are just going to come flowing in. So this card is going to be a message or a piece of advice or guidance from your guides that they want you to know about the month of March. So we have limitations inspire innovations, number 52. Exactly, yeah, like if something has been stuck, if you've been blocked in some way, confused about something, it doesn't need to mean that that's the end of the road, but it's an opportunity to look at things from a different perspective. This card is really making me think of Aquarius energy, which again, that came up in pile number 1 as well. But limitations are an opportunity for us to be a little bit creative and see things from a different angle, to really break things down into their basic form and put it together in a new way as a way to move forward, is really what I'm getting here. And again, we have another 7 here with 52. So 777 is a super lucky number. And also we have the Merkaba here, which is really making me think of balancing out your masculine and feminine energies. So like knowing when you need to take action and knowing when you need to step back and receive. Don't let any limitations make you feel defeated. Use it as an opportunity to kind of pause, recollect yourself, and look at things in a new way. And just know that your guides are here to help you, to protect you. They're watching over you. They want you to know that you can always ask for help. Just reach out to them. Just say like, hey, I really need help, you know, seeing things with clarity. Can you please show me the way forward? And they will do that for you. Okay, finally, our last 2 cards are some self-care ideas for you for March. So we have Connect with the Earth, number 13. And we have Dream Journal, number 20. So you might find getting out of nature will really help to ground you during March when you're feeling like frustrated and confused and overwhelmed about everything that's going on, because change can be really stressful, even if, you know, it's for the best, or even if there are still blessings involved with this change, it can still be really overwhelming to deal with. So your guides really want you to get out into nature, you know, go for a walk, go for a hike, just really connect with the earth and allow it to ground you, allow it to stabilize you, get you back to center. That way you can come back to things feeling more relaxed and feeling and having that fresh perspective on things. And with Dream Journal here, you could be receiving like downloads or information and inspiration. So if you do reach out to your guides, or even if you don't, like your guides could connect with you in your dreams, and that's where you could be receiving a lot of your answers, which actually makes sense because we have the Moon and the High Priestess here. So definitely pay attention to your dreams at this point, or like in March, especially if you specifically ask your guides or ask the universe for answers or clarity. Really pay attention to your dreams and write stuff down, because dreams are usually not literal. Like you could get a literal message, but a lot of the times it's like kind of like a puzzle and you have to decode it, and there's a lot of like symbolism and things. So when you wake up, write down whatever it is that you can remember and try to decipher things. But that's everything that I'm seeing for you, pile 2. Let me know in the comments how this resonated for you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this and if you found it to be helpful in any way. And be sure to hit the post notification bell so that you never miss out on when I upload a video. I love you so, so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hey there, pile 3. If you chose the Black Moonstone, this is going to be your reading all about what to expect in March 2022. So I have a very thick and juicy stack of cards. But first we're going to take a look at these oracle cards and have a look at the overall energy for the month of March for you. So we have Sacral Chakra, number 2. The frequency of Sacral Chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. We have Workaholic with the Throat Chakra. We have the Starfish with the water element. Relaxation, and Chop Wood, number 42. Okay, pile 3. Have you been hiding in your work? Like, have you been putting all of your attention and focus into working? Whether this is your job, a career, a new project that you're starting, a side hustle. Because to me, these cards are pretty clear. Like, it really seems like you're solely focusing on work and almost using that as an excuse or a way to avoid dealing with your emotions or dealing with other things that need your attention. Because the sacral chakra is like the residence of our emotions, and it feels like you've been throwing yourself into your work and not taking care of some other things that need to be dealt with. Like, I get the feeling that there's a lot of chores or other little tasks and things that need your attention, but you've been letting it pile up because you feel like you just need to work and keep working and put all of your energy and focus into your job or your career or into something. It's like all of your attention and focus is set on one thing, and it feels like there's a bunch of other things that you're not tending to. And it's not really sustainable. I feel like if you're not already burnt out, that you're gonna feel burned out if you kind of continue on this trajectory. Spirit is really calling for you to take some time out for yourself and really relax in March. And if you feel like you can't do that because you have so much to do, schedule the time, create the time, find pockets during the day or in your week where you can dedicate to just unwinding and relaxing. Even if this is taking 10 minutes to sit in solitude, meditate, listen to some calming, relaxing music, or even just turning your shower into a really relaxing, magical experience where you envision all of your worries and stress being washed away and your energy being rejuvenated. Like, you're really being called to find ways to relax and create the time to take care of yourself and give to yourself. With the starfish here, in conjunction to workaholic, it's making me think like why are you working so hard? Do you feel like you have something to prove to people? Like, what is your motive here? Are you chasing like a certain status or reputation or a certain title? And it's okay, like whatever your intentions are, but I think the key here is to be honest with yourself and to really honor your emotions. Like, you know, if you're trying to obtain a certain reputation, like that's fine, as long as that's truly what you want, right? But if you're working really hard just for like the acceptance of other people, but it's not making you happy, Spirit is really calling for you to reconsider that, and to ask yourself how that's really serving you. But there's so much orange in all of these cards. Like, I think your emotions are really needing your attention right now. And I understand that, you know, that can be kind of scary, but it just kind of feels like there's, like, your emotions really need some attention right now. If you feel called to, you might want to reach out to like a counselor, a therapist, a social worker, something like that. Someone who you can vent to, who you can talk to, that is unbiased and who can really give you some professional help, maybe healthy ways to deal with your emotions instead of, you know, hiding behind work or, you know, like keeping yourself busy as a reason or as an excuse to avoid dealing with certain things. And there's no shame or judgment here. The main thing is just making sure that you're really taking care of yourself, that you're really honoring yourself and putting yourself first in ways that truly benefit you. because I feel like you don't need to work so hard. Like, the world isn't gonna fall apart if you take a break, if you relax, if you give some time for yourself to do the things that you enjoy doing, right? Like, what are you passionate about? What do you have fun doing? When was the last time you did those things? When was the last time you allowed yourself to just have fun and be without there having to be some kind of like underlying notion of productivity to it? When was the last time you tended to your, you know, like domestic chores? You know, things like that. What has been put on the back burner? This is what March is really highlighting for you. So we're going to get into the tarot now, and first we're going to take a look at love and relationships in March and see how this connects to these main themes that we're seeing. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So it looks like in March you're making steady progress in terms of your relationships. With the Knight of Pentacles here, you could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. You don't have to be. This could also be a person that you're dealing with, like the primary person that you're dealing with. And this can be romantic relationships, friendships, family, a business partner, anything like that. But there's really a new opportunity that's coming in here with the Ace of Pentacles, and it's like you're slowly making your way towards it. So we're going to use this other tarot deck, and we're going to get some clarity if you're single or if you're in a relationship, just to get a little bit more information. So Spirit, for pile 3 viewers who are single, can you please clarify what will be happening in love and relationships in the month of March, please? Let's see if we can get 2 cards. Can you please clarify what is happening for pile 3 viewers who are single in terms of love and relationships in the month of March, please? Oh, okay. Wow. So we have the High Priestess and we have the 8 of Wands. So far the High Priestess has come out in every single pile, and the 8 of Wands made an appearance in pile 1 as well. And on the back of the deck, oh, we have the 10 of Cups. That's so beautiful. So if you're single, there's definitely going to be some kind of surprise coming in for you, because the High Priestess talks about mysteries, hidden knowledge, secrets, the unseen, the unknown. And the 8 of Wands is all about good news. It's like the universe is just giving you something. This thing is just kind of naturally falling into your lap. And it's something that's going to make you really, really happy and emotionally fulfilled. This is so great. It's really something that you didn't see coming. Like, maybe you've been like slowly going down this path, like you've been working on yourself, you've been focusing on you, focusing on like your career or something, and maybe you've just been too busy to really pay a lot of attention to seeking a connection, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with focusing on yourself, and it's usually when we divert all of our attention back on us and we take care of us that relationships tend to naturally come into our life. So it looks like a really happy surprise is coming. That's what this opportunity is. Maybe you'll be meeting someone, or maybe this is someone that you already know that's going to be expressing interest in you. But this is really so beautiful. So there's no need to rush. I'm not getting the feeling that there's anything you have to do. It's like this person is going to come towards you. Like, you just continue doing what you're doing and relax, take time for yourself so that you are open to receiving and to meeting this person. Because if you're too focused on working or too focused on one particular thing, you're kind of blocking everything else out, right? Because you have tunnel vision on this one thing, so you're not seeing what's happening around. So if you can find some time to unwind, you know, like take yourself out, go do something nice for yourself, it will really balance out your energy and make you more open to receiving. So I love this for you. Oh, okay. Spirit, can you please clarify for pile 3 viewers who are in a relationship, please? What is happening in terms of love and relationships in March, please? For pile 3 viewers who are in a relationship. What is happening for pile 3 viewers who are in a relationship in terms of love and relationships in the month of March, please? Okay. So we have the Page of Swords. And let's get one more card, please. One more card. Can you please clarify what is happening for pile 3 viewers who are in a relationship? Oh my god. Okay. One card, please. What is happening for pile 3 viewers who are in a relationship, in their love life and their relationships in the month of March, please? One more card, please. What is happening for pile... Oh, okay. And we have the 5 of Cups reversed. Okay. And on the back of the deck, we have the 9 of Swords. Just gonna move these over a little bit. So what I'm getting with this is someone could be communicating an apology to you. The Page of Swords is, well, pages in general are messengers, and the sword suit deals with communication, clarity, truth, logic, and yeah, like with the 9 of Swords here on the back of the deck, and with the 5 of Cups reversed, someone could be coming forward and yeah, apologizing, wanting to make amends, maybe saying sorry for, you know, hurting your feelings or for something they've done, wanting to explain something to you, to be open. So this could be coming in as like a text, a phone call, an email. I'm getting more kind of like technology communication rather than like, you know, seeing them in real life. I mean, it could be, you know, you guys communicating in real life, but I feel like for the most part, this is going to be like a text or a phone call or something. But I think they feel really bad. I keep hearing like, I messed up. And I feel like there's a need to want to fix things or make amends, or at the very least, just they want to say that they're sorry. It's like they really want to turn a new leaf, and they're hoping that you guys will be able to take it slow, and like they're hoping that there's going to be an opportunity for a fresh start here. So use your discernment, always know what your worth is and what you deserve, and it's up to you whether or not you want to let this person back into your life or if you want to forgive them. You'll know what's best for you. But I'm also hearing to make sure that like if you do, you know, take them back, or whether this is a friend or a romantic partner, like to make sure that their actions are also matching their words, right? Because a lot of people will say really nice things, but not necessarily follow through on that action. And if that's something that's causing you a lot of stress, then, you know, you might need to think about what's really best for you in the long run. Oh, wow. So at the top, the 6 of Wands was like peeking out. So I feel like if you do want to make amends, that there will be progress made. I think for the most part, this person has good intentions and they really do want to prove themselves to you. And I see this as like successfully overcoming this this hurdle or this situation if you choose to, you know, take that path. So this person could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius with the air sign energies here, or that could be you. It doesn't have to be the case, but I like to throw that out there for people who like to use that as confirmation. Okay, so next we're going to take a look at your career and finances in March. So we have the Five of Swords. We have the Ace of Swords. And wow, and we have the King of Swords. A lot of sword energy. So what I'm getting with this is you're really going to be gaining a lot of clarity about your work situation. Because honestly, I'm not liking the look of this Five of Swords here. Like with the workaholic and what we were talking about before, it almost feels like you're like working so hard and putting in so much energy and effort, but not getting the results that you want or what you deserve out of the situation. Like, I would really use your discernment to assess the situation to make sure that you're not being taken advantage of in some way. So in March, like, you could really be recognizing your power and your worth and, you know, deciding like, I don't have to put up with this anymore. I deserve to work at a job or have a career where I'm valued, where I'm appreciated, where I'm compensated fairly, where I'm not giving everything I have and getting so little in return. I think you're really going to be stepping into your power, because it's like with the Five of Swords here, it's like 5 of these snakes are just like, mwah. And they're just hanging there like almost lifeless, and then there's this one that's getting away. And it's like, I'm almost saying this as like, for example, a group of employees, including you, giving everything you have and feeling so burnt out so that the employer or your boss or your supervisor, your manager is like benefiting from it, but you don't get to see those benefits yourself, even though you're the one that's putting in all the work, right? And I really think having this downtime to relax or to have fun, to be creative, is really going to give you a lot of clarity as to what you deserve and like what you want in terms of your job or career going forward. Because I love that we jump from the ace to the king. Like, the king is the ruler of the suit. And again, we have 2 aces here. So there's even the Ace of Pentacles in your relationship section. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities coming in for you in March, but you need to make sure that you have the space to receive it. Something else that's coming through is you may need to set boundaries, strong boundaries, like, you know, for example, no, I'm not going to work overtime without being paid for it, or no, I'm not going to work on the weekends if that's not part of my job description, or no, I'm not going to work after hours because I don't have to, you know, like, I deserve time to rest and relax, things like that. This could also be getting ideas about how to create more abundance for yourself, like having multiple streams of income, but not necessarily like you going to work 2 or 3 jobs, but having some kind of like passive income or something where it's like the money is working for you. You know what I mean? Because you're really smart, you're really intelligent, you have a lot of power, but I really feel like there's people who are taking advantage of you here. And I don't like that for you, pile 3. Yeah, with the full moon here and the King of Swords, it's like, what do you need to release? And I'm not necessarily saying to like, you know, go quit your job, because I realize like not everyone can do that. But this could even be releasing a mentality that you have to work really, really hard to get what you want, that money is hard to come by, abundance is hard to come by, having a lack mentality, scarcity mentality, Or maybe you're finally realizing like, yeah, it's time to walk away from this situation here and pursue that idea I had, that passion that I had. And I'm going to create abundance in my life that way, where I'm still going to be working hard, but I'm going to be working on something that I actually love to do, something that doesn't just drain all of my energy. It gives me energy to do this because I'm excited to do it, right? So know your worth and know that you don't have to put up with any kind of person or behavior that tries to make you feel small and tries to take advantage of you. There are people and companies, organizations out there who will treat you well and compensate you for what you deserve. Whether this is like literally going to a different company or something like that, or starting your own business, you don't have to just accept this kind of energy. And you're being fully supported if you do want to make a change. Okay, let's take a look at your personal and spiritual development for March. So we have the Knight of Cups. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. And we have the Fool. Yes. Yes, okay. Let me just shift these over a little bit. Okay, so honestly, these three cards are exactly what I was saying. Like, recognizing your worth here with the Nine of Pentacles, knowing that you can create this abundance for yourself by going on this new journey, moving towards what's on your heart, moving in the direction of what makes you happy, what makes you feel excited and makes you feel like a kid again, you know, bringing back that childlike enthusiasm and excitement and zest for life. I love all of, there's like a sun over here and then there's two suns in the Fool card. Like, I think you're really starting to gain that clarity of what you're worth here and like how much you have to offer and how much, and like how abundant you really are. So again, like, this doesn't necessarily have to be a situation. This could be a mindset that you have, or recognizing like how do you talk to yourself? You know, do you beat yourself up when you make a mistake, or do you uplift yourself? Do you motivate yourself? Do you support yourself? Do you tell yourself that you're worthy and that you're capable? Because you are. And I think that you're going to be stepping into this energy of like romanticizing your life again, but not in like a naive, unhealthy way, but really just seeing the beauty in life and recognizing like there's still so much to be grateful for. There's so much abundance around you, so many creative outlets and different creative projects and ways to play and have fun. Because I feel like you've been depriving yourself in that like department for a while. So with the Knight of Cups, some zodiac signs are Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, so the water signs. And then we have Aquarius with the Fool here. So again, those could be your zodiac signs. It doesn't have to be, or you could have strong placements in your chart. But you're definitely embarking on something new, whether this is like a new relationship, a new job, a new mindset, a new mentality. This could be a new lifestyle. But whatever it is, you're leading with your heart this time, not on what you feel like you have to do, not what everybody else is doing, not just following the crowd and like trying to fit in on a superficial level at the detriment of, you know, your emotions. And as a result, like, your abundance is just going to multiply and flourish because you're really going to be stepping into your own, reclaiming your power. And the more authentic that we are, the more true we are to ourselves, the easier it is to attract opportunities that are truly meant for us, and the easier it is to attract abundance and manifest wealth, manifest happiness. So I really love this for you, especially after what we are seeing here with the job and career section. I love to see this, like this newfound enthusiasm and the courage to really step out and do something new, do something different. I'm very much proud of you, pile 3. I really love this for you. So now let's take a look at your tea leaf oracle cards. These are going to be extra messages and things to know about the month of March. So we have angels, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. We have the month of July. Dog, far away, a distant friend is thinking of you. Wreath, sorrow over a loss. Carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. Horseshoe, good luck. Love to see that. And the last one is carrot, opportunity or windfall. Yes. Okay, hold on. Let me move these over real quick. I have a few things to say. So I don't know if I had mentioned with the 8 of Wands that this talks about travel as well. So for those of you who are single, if you do end up traveling somewhere, even if it's not like somewhere far or taking a vacation, even if you're just going somewhere new or going somewhere you wouldn't usually go to, like there's just something significant about traveling, because we also have a journey, like the journey here with the carriage. And so you could be going somewhere in July. Maybe you'll have the opportunity to take a vacation in July, or you'll meet someone in July. Something else that I'm getting is, for some of you, like a friend or a loved one could be moving away or relocating, and either that's happening in July or you'll be able to go visit them in July. But luck is on your side here, and your guides and your angels in the universe is watching over you. They're protecting you. Always know that you can reach out to them if you need guidance, and they will give you that clarity. They will help you in any way that they can. You just need to ask, because, you know, like your guides can't intervene unless you give them permission. So you can literally just say like, Spirit guides, please, I need some clarity on how to move forward. You know, like what is the next best action that I can take for myself in order to move forward and get what I truly deserve. But there's a lot of opportunities coming in. Yeah, even opportunities for abundance, like literally just like falling into your lap. Kind of like when I was talking about having passive income or something like that. So I love that. Let's now take a look at what your advice and guidance is for March. We have the energies gaining momentum, waxing moon. And bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. So again, Aquarius energy coming up. Really strong Aquarius energy, and actually so far all 3 piles. So maybe you're in Aquarius, but technically we're still in Aquarius season, so maybe that's why. But yeah, with the energies gaining momentum here, you're definitely moving towards something. There's progress being made. There's opportunities that are going to be coming in. So if you've been taking certain actions and making changes, or you've been wanting to make changes, it's like you've gotten the ball rolling. Or if you haven't done that yet, you're going to start doing that in March, and you're going to be seeing how things are starting to move along. Now, the waxing moon, this part of the lunar cycle, is near the beginning. So you may not necessarily see like tangible results happening in March. You could, but to me, the waxing moon is indicating that you're kind of at the beginning stages of this, and that there's still like work to be done, effort to be put into it, and things like that. But it's not meant to be disheartening. It's letting you know that you're on the right path. The energy is gaining momentum, so keep going with it, okay? And with bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius, This could even be something that happened around the new moon in Aquarius, which was February 1st, I think. I'll put it up on the screen, I don't remember. But so it could be that like something that you started at the new moon in Aquarius is now really gaining momentum and things are starting to speed up in March. But either way, Aquarius is very innovative, eccentric, very rebellious and groundbreaking. So I'm also getting like you may need to be a little bit creative with the sacral chakra here. Like, oh, what's that quote? If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. So you may need to do things a bit different. Like if you've been putting in a lot of work and stuff, effort, time, money, and things just aren't changing or aren't happening, don't let it discourage you. Just maybe try to do something else. Try something a little bit different. Look at things from a different angle, right? Yeah, you'll be getting some clarity. And Aquarius is also, it's kind of got this like scientific kind of energy. Like Aquarius is not very emotional. Aquarius is a very like intellectual sign and energy because it's an air sign. And I know at the beginning we talked about it could be that you're avoiding your emotions, but it could also be the case where maybe you're feeling overly emotional and that's kind of clouding your judgment in some way. So whichever side you're on, you're going to be gaining clarity. But Aquarius is telling me here to detach yourself a little bit and to look at the situation a little bit more objectively. And that may help you to find some clarity about what to do moving forward. So this card here is going to be a message, a piece of advice or guidance from your guides that they want you to know about the month of March. So we have move beyond intention to belief, number 5. Yeah, this is really making me feel like, I feel like it's like you know what you want, but maybe you don't necessarily believe that you can have it or that you deserve it. And your guides really, really want you to believe in yourself, like they believe in you, right? Because our mindset is everything. Like if you're putting in all this work and stuff, but you're not believing that you can actually have what you want or what you deserve, it like almost doesn't matter how much work you put into it, because that underlying energy of not believing contradicts the actions that you're putting in, and it really blocks your manifestations and it blocks things from coming in, right? So they really, really want you to believe in yourself, to recognize that you have the power to make this happen and that you don't have to do it alone, right? Because manifestation is not a one-person job, right? You're co-creating with the universe. And believe that the universe is on your side, that the universe wants to help you, right? Like you have the key to unlock this door that you've been trying to open, and you've had it this whole time. And maybe this is the kind of clarity that you're going to be getting in March. But again, so this is making me think of the Hierophant, which talks about the status quo, conformity, traditions. And so your guides are also saying, you don't have to follow the crowd if that's not truly what you want to do. Like maybe you're an artist with this workaholic card in the sacral chakra. I feel like you're a really, really creative person. And, you know, maybe you don't believe that you can make it as an artist, like a musician or a painter or a sculptor, whatever your art form is. And so because of that, maybe you're just working like a safe job that gives you that kind of security. But, you know, if you're losing yourself in the process, or if it's draining you, or if it's causing you more stress than the benefits it's giving you, is it really worth it? And it's interesting with Aquarius here too. It's like, I'm almost getting this energy of like, how can you bring together the old and the new, like the traditional and the modern, and make it into something that works for you. Because both Taurus and Aquarius are fixed signs, and while fixed signs have a lot of staying power, they can also be really stubborn at times. And I know because I'm a Scorpio. I can be really fucking stubborn sometimes. And I'm not afraid to say it. But so maybe ask yourself, like, is there something that you've been stubborn about? Like how we were talking about, if you do the same that you've always done, you're gonna get what you've got, right? So if you've been like stuck on a certain way, like, no, it has to be this way, or like, no, this is the only path that can take me to, you know, the goal or the manifestation that I want. Consider thinking again, and consider looking at things from a different perspective, or taking another route to get to where you want. Finally, we have a couple of self-care cards. These are just going to be some ideas for you to really take care of yourself during March. So we have abundance planning, number 1. And we also have make a vision board, number 33. So 33 could be a significant number for you. I don't know if you've been seeing that number a lot lately. I know personally, I've been seeing 33 everywhere. But so your guides in the universe really wants you to think about what it is that you want to manifest, and how you want your life to be, how you want your life to look like, what kind of lifestyle do you want to live, what kind of person do you want to be, and really find images and pictures, even quotes, things like that you can put together as a vision board to really keep you on track with your goals, and put it somewhere that you'll see it every single day, and it'll constantly remind you and keep you in that energy of, this is what I'm working towards, this is what I'm going to achieve, right? Rather than maybe focusing on like what's not working. And with abundance planning, like, yeah, maybe sit down and think about, like, if you need to rebudget your finances, if you want to increase your income, if you want to lower your spending, things like that. Maybe seek advice from a financial counselor or a financial advisor. That also came up in pile 1 as well. I don't know if you were drawn to that pile too. But so on this card, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but some of the things that it says here, so there's living expenses, education/business, self-development, savings, travel, free, keep track of your finances, don't shop when you're hungry. I love that one. That one is so true, honestly. But so abundance planning doesn't have to just do with material wealth. You can have an abundance of anything, right? An abundance of peace, an abundance of happiness, an abundance of creativity. So really think about what you want to call into your life and create a visual for it. Whether this is like you print out pictures and you put it on a board, or you have it as your like the background on your computer, the background on your phone, just to really keep you aligned and keep you on track to manifesting and living the life that you desire and that fulfills you. So that's everything that I'm seeing for you, pile 3. Let me know in the comments how this resonated for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this and if you found it to be helpful in any way. And also be sure to hit the post notification bell so that you never miss out on when I upload. I love you so, so much. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. And I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hey there, pile 4. If you chose the red Jasper, this is going to be your reading all about what to expect in March 2022. I have a nice thick pile of cards for you today, but we're going to start off by taking a look at your oracle cards, which is going to represent the main energy for you in the month of March. So we have empowerment, number 26. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we're all connected through the same source. I love that. We have complacency with the root chakra. We have Cobra with the fire element. Focus. And we have community, number 8. So pile 4. The month of March really looks like you're stepping into your own power and really starting to stand up for yourself and pulling the focus back to you. With complacency and community here, it feels like you've either given up on some dreams or given up on some ideas or abandoned certain parts of yourself to fit in with a certain crowd. And I think in March, you're really going to be taking back your power, reclaiming your power, and really focusing on you and expressing who you are, expressing your most authentic self, whether or not these people or this group likes that or not. It can be really difficult to do that. Like, if you feel yourself outgrowing a certain situation or a group of friends or something like that, and for some time, like maybe you've been trying to hold on to that old version of you so that you could continue to fit in. But it's okay if you've changed and you've grown, okay? Because there's going to be another community, another group of friends, or another situation out there that's really going to resonate and vibrate on the level of your most authentic self. And they're going to support you and they're going to love you for who you are. And you won't have to change yourself. You won't have to dim your light to fit in. You can really just shine and be who you are. And these people are going to love you for that. Because it's like in this community card, you know, these two giraffes are, you know, paying attention to each other. And then we have this like snow leopard and this lady in the complacency card, and they're both looking at empowerment. So like you're really bringing your attention back to you. And this Cobra card is so interesting. Really powerful energy. I just heard you're the Beyonce of the group. Oh my god. And it's like, not in the sense of like being better than anybody, but like you're really a queen, you're a king, right? I'm thinking of a king cobra. Like would Beyonce, you know, dim her talent, dim her light, dim herself just to make other people comfortable? Heck no. Beyonce's gonna freaking go slay it because she's queen bee, right? And that's what I'm getting from you. I feel like you're really patient, and I feel like maybe you've been wanting to do this for a while, and March is going to be the time that you finally strike. Well, with all this red, even with the red Jasper here, I keep being taken back to the root chakra. And because the root chakra is the first one, the first chakra, it's giving me this feeling of like a new beginning or a new identity. Laying a new solid foundation for yourself, an authentic foundation where you can really be who you are. And also, so in the book, the Cobra card, it says, it incorporates the quote, "When the student is ready, the master appears." So I don't know how that's going to incorporate into the reading, but I felt really called to say that. So Maybe you've been inspired by a particular person, or you have a mentor, or you want a mentor, and like you're feeling empowered to leave a certain group or community behind and step into something new where you feel more yourself, where you feel more authentic, where you feel more passionate. Really interesting. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards. I'm very intrigued. So first we're gonna look at your love and relationships in March. So we have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, I think the Eight of Wands came out in every single pile. So I'm getting a couple of different things with these two cards here. One thing that I'm getting is like a very swift and quick ending, because the Ten of Swords does indicate like a very difficult, challenging ending. It can sometimes talk about betrayal, like being stabbed in the back, things like that. And the Eight of Wands is very fast-moving energy. It does talk about good news and travel. So this could be some kind of like blessing in disguise. Or this could be the end of a really difficult cycle, and then once that cycle ends, like quickly moving into something new, something better. But so what we're gonna do is I have another tarot deck here, and we're gonna get some extra clarity on like if you're single or if you're in a relationship. So Spirit, can you please clarify for pile 4 viewers who are single, what is going on in love and relationships in the month of March, please? For pile 4 viewers who are single, please, what is going on in love and relationships in the month of March? Thank you. So we have the Four of Wands. Okay. Can we get one more card, please? Can you please clarify for pile 4 viewers who are single, what is happening in love and relationships in the month of March, please? One more card, please. Can you please clarify what is happening in love and relationships for pile 4 viewers who are single in the month of March, please? Okay, there we go. So we also have the Queen of Cups. And on the back of the deck, we have the Five of Wands. So it's interesting because the Four of Wands talks about celebration. It's a very joyous and happy card. It can talk about weddings and like people coming together, uniting, celebrating something. Like there's a lot of happiness and abundance. This is a very solid foundation. The Queen of Cups is super loving, super compassionate, very empathetic. She's also very psychic, but she's also like the queen of self-love and self-care, because the chalice that she's holding has a lid on it, and you don't see that with the other court cards. So it's like, of course she still gives her love and compassion to other people, but she gives it to herself first and foremost. So I'm kind of getting the vibe that like maybe you're really happy being single. Maybe you're not looking for a connection, or maybe that's just not a priority for you in March. Maybe you're empowered to focus on yourself and create a stable foundation for yourself, to give to yourself, and really celebrating yourself. Because the Five of Wands on the back of the deck here, the Five of Wands talks about like conflict and chaos. This could be like people having conflicting opinions. This could be people with different perspectives and backgrounds kind of coming together but sort of clashing in that sense. And this can represent either an internal struggle or an external struggle. So maybe in the past you've had connections that were really like tumultuous and like there's a lot of drama, or having a lot of drama in your friend group or something like that. And in March, like you could just be walking away from all that, putting an end to it and being like, you know what, this isn't worth my time. It's not worth my energy. I'm going to do me. I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to give myself all of the love and attention and affection that like I wasn't getting from other people. But something really beautiful is going to come out of it here with the Eight of Wands, because it does talk about like good news or like an opportunity, like, you know, coming to you. So I won't say that a relationship or meeting someone new is like off the cards for you, because it is possible that something will come in here with the Eight of Wands, but I think it depends on you letting go of a situation. Even if this is like letting go of an ex kind of thing, like even if you're not together, but like they could still be in your energy if you're still thinking about them, things like that. Like you might have to let that go first, or you might have to walk away from some kind of group. Because I said this in another group, the more authentic you are to yourself and the more empowered you are to yourself, the easier it is to attract things that are in alignment with you, right? Because that's the energy you're putting out. You're putting out your true energy and your true vibration. And as a result, you will attract things that are true to you, that are better for you, right? So that's what I really see happening here for you in March. Okay, Spirit, can you please clarify for Pile 4 viewers who are in a relationship, can you please clarify what is happening in love and relationships in the month of March, please? For Pile 4 viewers who are currently in a relationship. Can you please clarify, please, for Pile 4 viewers who are in a relationship, what is going on in their love life and their relationships in the month of March, please? Ooh, okay, so we have the Devil. Okay. Can we get one more card, please? Can you please clarify for Pile 4 viewers who are in a relationship? What is happening in love and relationships, please, in the month of March? Okay, thank you. So we also have the Two of Swords. And on the back of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. Okay. Right, so see what I was talking about here? So for example, in the Page of Cups, his cup is open. The Queen of Cups has a lid on hers. Honestly, what I'm getting from this, Pile 4, if you're in a relationship, so this might not be an easy message to hear, but this relationship may be codependent, it may be unhealthy or toxic in some way with the Devil here. You might be feeling like you're trapped, like you're stuck, suffocated, confused. This could be a matter of lust and not love, or someone could be dealing with some kind of an addiction of some sort. And addiction can be anything. It doesn't have to be like drugs or alcohol. Like you can have an addiction to sex, to gambling, to, I don't know, like shopping and spending money, to food. Like it could be anything. And I feel like you've been at a crossroads with this, but your intuition has been trying to tell you something here with the Page of Cups and the Two of Swords. I think you already know this. I think you know that maybe this person in this situation isn't what's best for you, but you might be feeling like afraid or, yeah, like just fearful of the unknown of what will happen like after that. It's a really difficult situation to be in. My heart really goes out to you. But what I'm seeing here is that in March, like you're really going to be taking back your power, and I think you're going to be choosing to walk away from this relationship that's not serving you. Like I think it's just taking from you, and it's not giving you what you deserve. Like with the Six of Pentacles under the Page of Cups, like I feel like either this could be like a third party situation, and if that's the case, this is something you already know about, okay? This is not like something that you don't know. So don't jump to conclusions or freak out or anything, okay? If there's a third party situation, you know about it. This could also be like, you know, this person's literally just giving you breadcrumbs, or like, you know, leading you on or something like that. Or it's like you're like begging for this person's love and attention, or like to meet your needs, but you're not getting it. And they're just giving you like little crumbs to lead you along. And you're realizing that you deserve so much more, like so much more. And you're really gaining the confidence and reclaiming your power to walk away from this situation with the Ten of Swords. Because as difficult as it is to walk away from the situation, I think it's more difficult to stay in it, and you might be recognizing that. And if you're feeling confused about it, the advice is to tune into your intuition here and go with what your heart says. And if your heart and your intuition is telling you that you deserve better and that you need to walk away, then that's going to be the best outcome for you. I'm sorry, I know this is a really hard message. It's not easy for me to deliver this, but I'm not gonna, you know, I can't just ignore the messages that I'm getting, right? I need to deliver the messages that I'm seeing. So I'm really proud of you. I know how hard it can be to walk away from toxic, tumultuous relationships and things like that, but you truly deserve so much more. And there's people out there who are going to treat you right, treat you the way that you deserve, treat you like a king or a queen, who love and accept you for how you are. They're not going to try to control you or change you, or, you know, like look at you as just like a prize or something to boost their ego. They're going to bring something to the connection. I don't know if I had mentioned with the Queen of Cups, this is water signs, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then with the, same with the Page of Cups. And then with the Devil, we have Capricorn energy. So you could be one of those signs, or someone that you're dealing with could be one of those signs, but that doesn't have to be the case. I like to just throw that out there for people who like to use that as confirmation. Okay, let's take a look at your career and finances for March. So we have the Two of Swords again. Okay. We have the Ten of Cups. Love that. Yeah, this is what you deserve. Ten of Cups. And we have the Eight of Swords. I think this kind of energy has kind of carried over into your career and your finances as well. Because we have the Two of Swords again, and we have the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords talks about feeling trapped, feeling stuck, feeling like a victim of our circumstances. In the traditional imagery, she's like blindfolded and bound with like a, I don't know, like a ribbon looking thing. And there's all these swords around her. But the thing with the Eight of Swords is that it's more of a mental perception and not necessarily how things actually are. And so I think you're recognizing this in March, like as you're reclaiming your power and stepping into your authenticity, that you have the power to change things. And there's something that you've been contemplating here. Like, I don't know if you've been wanting to change your career path and do something totally different, or if you've been wanting to start your own business, something that you've always been passionate about, but kind of put on the back burner or not pursued it because you didn't know if you would fit in with this current environment. We have the Ten of Cups here. And the Ten of Cups is ultimate emotional fulfillment and happiness. And so you can have that, like it's here in your reading. And I think you're starting to like wake up to that idea that, you know, not all is lost and you still have time to change your mind. You still have the opportunity to turn things around and to do something different this time. Truly go after what makes you happy, regardless of what other people are gonna say about it. Yeah, it's like this cycle of feeling stuck ends as you step into your power and show up exactly as you are. So I mean, really, this by focusing on yourself and leaving these connections that aren't serving you, it's really going to change everything for you, because you're going to start attracting people who vibrate on your level, who vibrate with your authenticity, people who see your worth because you recognize the worth in yourself. You're going to go after what makes you happy. And it's like not only just going after what makes you happy, but like being able to make money off of it or make money from it. Like, isn't that just the dream right there? To do what you love and to have it financially support you. It's like that quote where if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. It's like that. Like, you can have that. And I honestly feel like you really know these things, or you've always known these things, but it could just be the kind of people that you're around or the kind of people in your environment who don't have this mentality and they try to bring you down, you know? And of course, like over time, that's really gonna impact your confidence in yourself and make you feel like, oh, okay, maybe they're right, maybe I can't do that, or like maybe that's not realistic. Don't listen to these people. They're just projecting their own insecurity and wounds onto you. If you dream it, if you can envision it for yourself, if you want it, you can have it, as long as you believe in yourself. And I think that's what you're starting to recognize, that like it's time to put yourself first. And to also set boundaries, like with the Two of Swords and the Queen of Cups here. To really start setting boundaries. Okay, let's take a look at your personal and spiritual development for March. So we have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Knave of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. And we also have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, let me just move these over a little bit. Oh, okay, I remember now when I was shuffling for these cards. So the Four of Pentacles came out fairly quickly, and then it took a really long time to get 2 more cards, which I thought was a little bit funny because the Four of Pentacles can indicate a blockage. Like in the traditional imagery, the person is just like clinging onto this pentacle, and you know, for good reason too, okay? Like, there's no need to feel shame or there's no judgment here. But with this energy, it's like you're clinging on to it because it's like you're doing it for survival, right? Like, I need to hang on to this pentacle because, you know, I don't know if more pentacles are going to come in, or like, what if I lose this pentacle? Then what? Like, then what's going to happen? And it can kind of indicate a bit of a lack mentality. But this is changing for you, and I love this. Like, you're really moving out of this energy of feeling stuck, of feeling attached. You're really breaking free. The Page of Wands is all about exploration and adventure and curiosity. He's really passionate and enthusiastic and like is excited about things, really wants to be creative and like is curious about things, like wants to do something new, right? It's this kind of childlike energy of just like seeing the beauty in life and like seeing all these possibilities, and that's what you're stepping into. Like, again, so we have the Ten of Swords here at the beginning in your love section, and with the Wheel of Fortune, like, again, this does talk about rapid, spontaneous change. The wheel is turning in your favor now, and it wants to bring you so many blessings because this is it's like Jupiter energy. It's really expansive. There's a lot of growth here. And so some zodiac signs with the Knave of Wands, that's fire signs. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And the Wheel of Fortune typically features the fixed signs, which is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. So again, you could have those placements, but you don't have to. With the Wheel of Fortune, the phrase that always comes to mind, well, not always, but it's coming to mind right now, is fortune favors the brave. And I think by letting go and stepping away from what's not serving you and really stepping into your power and your authenticity and rebuilding your confidence and carving your own path, like, the universe is gonna bless you so much. There's gonna be so much abundance and amazing opportunities and just like beautiful things that are gonna be coming towards you because of that, right? But these things can only come in if you can let go, right? Because if we don't let go, we don't have the space to accept more. And with all this fire here in the Page of Wands, it's like it's like you're phoenixing, right? Like, fire can be destructive, but it's also a platform for regeneration. Like what we see with forest fires or, you know, in places like Africa or India, you know, where they have monsoon season and then they have the dry season and things will catch fire. And it's, of course, sad to see, you know, nature being destroyed like that. But by having the fire burn everything away, it actually replenishes the soil and it brings all of these nutrients and it allows new things to grow again, to thrive again. And I feel like that's what's happening for you. Yeah, exactly. Especially with all this root chakra energy. In this animal spirit deck, one of the cards is the Phoenix and it represents the first chakra. So this could be, oh yeah, okay. This could really be about like a karmic relationships or a karmic situation, especially with the Wheel of Fortune here. Because it also does talk about like fate and destiny and things like that. So you could be really ending a really difficult cycle of being in these karmic connections or just situations in general, which is like really, really powerful and not an easy situation to be in. So I'm super, super proud of you, and I'm sending you all of my love and all of my support because I know it's not easy. So we're going to take a look at your tea leaf oracle cards. These are going to be extra messages and things to know about the month of March. So we have flowers, happiness. Yes. We have, yeah, we have 4-leaf clover, great good fortune. What did I say? Okay, we also have apple, temptation will test you. We have chair filled, someone new is entering your life. Cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. And we have torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Yeah, okay. So, cracked cup, this is probably where you're at now, feeling really dissatisfied, wanting change, even if it's scary. And really what I'm getting here with the apple, temptation will test you. It's like, if you let go of, you know, like a connection, a relationship, a friend group or whatever, I feel like they're gonna come back and they're gonna try to, you know, like lure you back in. And I don't mean in like a creepy way. But like they're gonna try to get you back. They're gonna try to tempt you to come back. Of course, like you have free will, you can do what you want, but, and I said this in another pile, but it was like a totally different situation. But if you do what you've always done, you'll always get what you got. So I'll just say that. But if you do decide to let these things go, let these people go, these situations go, new people are going to come in who are on your vibration, who make you happy, right? And especially with the torch card here and how we're talking about like karmic connections or situations, like you're really, really, really going to be learning so much about yourself and gaining such a new level of wisdom, and you're really going to be ascending and growing. And this time around, I'm really getting the feeling that you're truly going to be learning these lessons and you'll be able to move forward, because the same situation will occur until we learn our lesson from it, right? And to make sure that we learned, sometimes the universe will, you know, like throw that situation our way, or we find ourselves being tempted with the same situation, right? So this is an opportunity for you to really be like, nope, not this time. Like, I deserve better. I deserve people who love and respect me. I deserve my happiness. And there's so much fortune that's coming my way. And I also just heard like maybe these people gaslight you or something, but there's really so much happiness and abundance that's coming in once you start to put yourself first and choose you. I honestly, like, I love this so much. I love this so much for you. I'm really so happy for you. Let's take a look at what your guidance and advice is for March. We have be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. Yeah. Okay, and we also have supermoon, emotions are running high. Okay. So I mentioned the fixed signs with the Wheel of Fortune. You could also be a cardinal sign, which would be Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn. Again, you don't have to be, but I love how much this ties into what we've been talking about. Like, the cardinal signs are the initiators. They take the lead, right? And the universe is really encouraging you to be bold. Fortune favors the brave, right? And to step into this energy of like, you know, this situation isn't gonna end on its own. This is the kind of thing that'll just perpetuate. And so if you're wanting a change, if you're wanting something different, as scary as it is, you need to be the one to make that change and to make that first move into doing something different. And if like your guides in the universe are really just encouraging you to take care of yourself at this time, because obviously this is a very like emotional and stressful, overwhelming kind of situation. This isn't easy. And they really just want you to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, taking care of your emotions, you know, like cry if you need to, don't feel bad about it, don't feel like you may be feeling angry, or you may be feeling like, oh, I should have ended this so long ago. Don't beat yourself up, okay? Really take it easy on yourself. It's a very difficult situation to be in. And it's okay to feel those feelings. Like don't push them aside. Just deal with them as they come up, because that's how you're gonna release them, right? And that's gonna help you to move forward. It's an opportunity to learn and heal these cycles and these patterns in our life so that we end those cycles, we end those painful cycles, and we become a step closer to our higher selves, right? Where we have more enlightenment, more awareness, understanding like, why do I attract these kinds of people, you know? And what can I heal within myself to make sure that I can move forward from this, that I'm not in this kind of situation again, right? So if you feel like you need to talk to like a therapist or a counselor, a social worker, something like that, please do that. Or if you want to like journal, however you like to deal with your emotions in a healthy way is what you're being encouraged to do. This can even be like making art or something, you know, like doing yoga, things like that. And it's obviously not gonna like, you know, like doing a yoga session isn't gonna solve all your problems, but it's going to help balance your emotions. It's going to ground you. It's going to make you feel a bit more balanced, maybe give you a bit more clarity, and allow you to help work through these emotions, right? So this card here is a message or a piece of advice or guidance from your guides that they want you to know about the month of March. So, oh yeah, we have you, the Muse, number 3. I love this so freaking much. Okay, so this is making me think of the Empress because it's the number 3. And it's like, yeah, like you're finally just like blooming and blossoming. The lotus is a really powerful symbol because they literally grow through the mud, through these dark and murky waters, and they literally rise up to the surface and bloom into this beautiful, pristine, gorgeous flower. And that's you. Like, you've been in the dark, you've been through these really difficult situations, but you're rising above all of that, and you're stepping into your own, and now you're blooming and you're shining. And the lotus is also a symbol of enlightenment and awareness, and you're becoming the muse of your own life. Okay, the Empress is like the epitome of abundance and fertility, right? She also talks about cycles. And the Empress is so loving and compassionate, like she is Mother Gaia, right? Mother Earth. And on the traditional imagery, there's a shield with the symbol of Venus on it. And I love that because it's like I said, she's very loving and compassionate, but at the same time, like, that shield protects her and she knows her worth. And you know your worth too now. Or you've always known your worth, but now you have the power to really stand up for yourself. This is really going to be such an expansive time for you. The number 3 is the number of Jupiter, which I was talking about with the Wheel of Fortune. Like, there's just so much expansion and growth happening for you, like on so many levels. Wow, and I just noticed, so 26 reduces to an 8. We have a lot of 8s and 10s here, which talk about cycles. So March is really going to be a really pivotal moment for you in your life. So again, really make sure that you're nurturing yourself, you're taking care of yourself, mothering yourself, fathering yourself, reparenting yourself. If you need to cry, cry. If you feel like you want to take a nice bath and disconnect from technology, do that. If you want to just lay in bed and rest, do that. You know what I mean? Like really just listen to your body, listen to your emotions, and do what you need to do. Of course, in a healthy way. And our last 2 cards are going to be self-care advice for you for the month of March. So we have, yeah, meditate. And look at that, 35. That's another 8. Breaking cycles. This could even be like generational or ancestral patterns or cycles that you're breaking. Which if that's the case, like I really just want to applaud you. Like I mean that with my whole heart. That's a really, really big task, and that's no easy feat. Even if that doesn't necessarily apply to you, breaking cycles in general is not easy. It takes a lot of strength. And we also have spend time with animals. So if you have a pet, really spend some time with them, or if you have like a loved one that you know, trust and really connect to, and they have a pet, spend some time with them. But this could even be spending time in nature, and like connecting with animals, or even just like watching, you know, like a TV program that has a lot of animals in it, like something on the Discovery Channel or National Geographic or something like that. I just think animals will be really therapeutic for you. And then with meditate, yeah, absolutely. This will really be a way to ground yourself and to connect with your guides as well. Actually, I remember when I was shuffling for this card, the cards were going crazy. Like they were dropping everywhere. It was really hard for me to get just one card because I only got one card for the other groups. And I feel like your guides have been really trying to connect with you. So I think they're really encouraging you to meditate, and this will be a great way for you to connect with them. And, you know, like we have with the torch here, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. You're going to be gaining all those things through meditation, and also just grounding yourself and feeling, you know, like more calm and relaxed, and just rebalancing yourself, bringing yourself back to center. But that's everything that I have for you, Pile 4. Let me know in the comments how this resonated for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this and if you found it to be helpful anyway. And also be sure to hit the post notification bell so that you never miss out on when I upload. I love you so, so much. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!